Again.
Good morning. We are here together. Another day for our meditations. How wonderful. How wonderful. Have this opportunity for meditating. Meditation. I just gave another meditation class now to the Brazilian Center, and we were talking how it is really a special thing to familiarize ourselves with the space that meditation gives us, right? Because it's there all the time, right? Meditation is familiarization, so we are familiarizing with ourselves. So it's a very special thing. So we need to do this sitting down meditation so that the moment that we live in our daily lives, we have those tools, right? Otherwise, that is the thing that I always say is that is why it's so important the continuity. It's not about quantity. It's not about, like meditating 5 hours a day or something like that, but at least meditating every day, 5, 10, half an hour meditations, whatever we can. That is best. And then, life becomes easier because when things come up, we have those tools. It's there. It's like, we have them so we can use them. So it's all incredible. So that's very special that we are doing that by being here and being here for almost 3 months already now. More than 3 months now, I think. June, July, August, we already did. So that is very special that we're doing that. So as we are coming in some ways, towards the end, we don't have so many meditations now. I said it's good that we start also meditating a little bit on positive emotions. Otherwise, everybody's gonna think that Buddhism is always talking about negatives and bad things and like no. So it's also not like that. But in order for us, we meditated last on Monday on patience, right? That was our meditation and trying to like realize what we can accomplish with our own minds towards the mind of anger. So, but in order to actually start meditating on some of these incredible virtues and positive qualities that we already have, I always like to start with a meditation on equanimity. But my meditation on equanimity is a little bit different than the meditation normally that we have. Okay? Because before we start to actually developing equanimity towards others means, wow, realizing that people also, want to be happy and they don't want to suffer. We need to first, have that sense of equanimity towards ourselves. And that is actually quite an accomplishment. The non-judgment, the non kind of like strong um, whip that we beat ourselves with, to really let it go of that. So for that, we need to start having a sense of equanimity towards our own mental states and then towards our own understanding. And then from there, we can actually develop that sense of equanimity towards others. Okay, so we're going to try to do a little bit of this meditation today. An equanimity that starts towards us, and then we go expanding that. Okay, so let's start. Enough of blah, 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 and we can start. So let's find our posture. By now, we are already maybe becoming familiar with the sitting posture. Maybe our bodies are already habituated. But it's always good to check, our legs, and then our spine being as straight as possible. Arms, as we say in the concentration mudra, so the hand gesture of the right on top of the left and slightly touching the thumbs. And we put on our lap. Shoulders relaxed. If we can open them a little bit more, but without really forcing, just making sure our shoulders are relaxed. And then the head is not looking up or down, but is slightly tilted forward, looking something like maybe some feet up in front of us. The tongue touches the upper palate, so we don't need to worry or think what to do with saliva. And the eyes either closed or slightly opened. Meditation is an active mind. It's an active mental state. So we don't want to be sleeping or too relaxed. And once we grounded ourselves into our posture, we stabilized it. We then start bringing the attention to our inner world, checking in with us, how we're feeling, what's going on with us, right here and right now. And especially, we try to check our intention for being here. Because as we know by now that if we don't check and adjust our intention, maybe the result won't be what we actually want it to be. So try to really feel the intention while you're here. There's no right or wrong answer. There is only your answer. And especially try to check if in your intention you have these two basic wishes that Buddhism says that we have as a basis for our intentions for everything that we do, which is the wish to find lasting happiness and the wish to be free from suffering. So just really check that. So we just check that. In the same way that we want to accomplish that happiness and that wish to be free from suffering, we can start to expand it and really check all our family members, our friends, colleagues, every person and animal that we encounter has the same wish. So try to connect their wish for happiness and suffering and not to suffer with your intention for transforming your mind by doing this meditation. So everything that we do in this meditation becomes not only a result for ourselves, but also a result of benefit to them. So with that intention, we start to bring our attention to our breath, specifically to the subtle sensation, to the subtle sensations that the air leaves every time we breathe in and out through our nostrils. We simply become aware of it. We don't change the way we breathe. We observe it. Start to pay attention. Become conscious of it. And we keep part of our mind vigilant, making sure that the moment that we got distracted from the breath, we simply let it go of the thought, image, memory, sensation, and bring the attention back to the breath again and again. So let's do for a few minutes. We become alert, letting go of these distractions without judgment, without drama. Just let it go and bring the attention back to the breath again and again. Now that we were able to concentrate and focus our minds a bit better, we were able to reduce a bit our habitual tendencies of jumping from one thought, emotion, sensation to the other. So we're going to use that in order to analyze and really check what equanimity actually means for ourselves. And the moment we have a conclusion or we come up with an insight about it, try to stay, to focus on that insight. So using our focusing meditation with our analytical meditation. That is a powerful tool of transformation. So we can start by bringing attention to our mental states. Just paying attention right now in the way we are meditating and how maybe we get distracted. Maybe try to pay attention for a few moments, just observing the distractions that pop up. Don't get involved, but try to see what is constantly or really distracting you. Just do for a few moments. By observing it, try to check if you do have a tendency to engage into some sort of thoughts or feelings, or some of them seem more attractive and others you got a bit of aversion or repulsion about it. You repulse them. Try to check if you can observe that. Not only this, if you really observe the way we talk to ourselves, the way we internally talk to ourselves when some of these thoughts or habits come up, maybe when things that we like, enjoy, we get happy, excited, but maybe some thoughts or ideas or emotions come up and we become a little bit of bossy or judgmental towards ourselves. Negative self-talk. Look if you can check if you can see that distinction that sometimes happens to you. Try to check, especially when we are talking with someone that triggers us or someone that really pushes our buttons. See how you talk to about yourself, with yourself. Try to check how your mind is maybe self-defending or being bossy with yourself. Or maybe when you are in the downside, feeling a bit blue, check how your mind is telling things to yourself. Recognize it. And normally this comes up because we lack equanimity towards ourselves. Equanimity in the sense that everything that we do, it's coming from our basic wish of wanting to find happiness and to not suffer. Even our worst habits. Think about it for a moment. That whatever negative tendencies and habits that we have, they arise from our wish to be happy and not suffer. So that understanding cuts the judgment and the negative self-talk. Because it doesn't think that we are like this, but it's just that we thought, we believed that we were going to find happiness and not suffer. But now we can make a decision. Do we need to continue to do this? To follow that habit? Because it can be changed. So it depends on us. So think about it for a moment. We can change ourselves and our habits. And the more we understand that, the more we actually develop the wish to do it. So we take out the negative self-talk and we just start working on changing whatever we wish to change. And now we have a bit more of wisdom to discern what actually can help us to achieve happiness and not suffer. So come to this conclusion that you can do that. That you are wiser now. So then we create a strong dedication to use that every time that we are judging or negatively talking to ourselves, to develop that sense of equanimity within ourselves. We want to be happy and not suffer. And that's it. So we're going to try to bring that intention into everything that we do. So not only would this will help us to not judge others when they make things that we might think it is bad or wrong, but first we need to start with ourselves. So we dedicate that we are able to become aware of it and to keep our minds in this balanced, this equanimity view. So we dedicate for that. And when we are ready, we can relax our posture, open our eyes. I hope it made sense, but it's very important that we start from there. Otherwise, we have a possibility of bypassing by doing, thinking that, oh yes, everybody wants to be happy. All my friends, my enemies, they want to be happy. Therefore, I should kind of like see them in that way. But if I don't do it with myself first, it doesn't work. Right? It's very important. I started to do this meditation when I started to do Tonglen with myself many years ago, and that really helps to have a more balanced view about myself, understanding my own limitations, my own, kind of like struggles, and therefore having that balanced way and saying, okay, you want to be happy and not suffer, and from there developing that wisdom, that inner wisdom on how to achieve that. Okay? I hope It makes some sense. Thank you so, so much. I see you tomorrow evening or Sunday or next Monday. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful week ahead and enjoy yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much. I really needed this.
Thank
Thank you. Have a great
you.
day. Thank you.
You too,
Thank you.
guys. Thank
Thank you.
you.